Hi guys, it's Tim with airtightindustries.com again. Today we're going to install some dummy door handles on this double door closet. It's got catches at the top, so the door handles do not twist, they do not pivot. They're just poles, but they match the door handles of the rest of the house. So let's get to it. So the key thing in this is getting them to line up in the end straight. And the first tip I'll give you is most standard door handles interior are installed at 3 feet or 36 inches. So you can see at this mark, I have made a mark and it's having a tough time focusing, but I have a mark at 3 feet. That's where I start. Next thing I do is I measure a center mark, and that's my back set. So that's 2 3/8 from the edge of the door to this mark. And I do that on the other side as well. Then what I do is I measure the center to center spacing and divide by half of the doorknob. So this amounts to 13/16. And I measure off each side. That can vary from doorknob to doorknob. And then I take a level and I make marks at all those junction points. Following that layout procedure, you want to take your drill and you want to drill those. And that's what gives you door handles that line up. Set your drill depth so that you won't drill through the door all the way. Now they send you very sharp screws, and you would think that you could just use the screws. But if you don't pre-drill, you can't guarantee that the screws will go exactly where you need them to, and you need them to go where you want them in order to get these door handles to align. And if you stick with me, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. You don't have to go all the way through, but you do have to get a good pre-drill for your screws. All right, there we go. Now we got 4 holes that are all in alignment. Now we have to install our plates, and our plates are going to be installed with these sharp screws. You can see that they use standard hardware, and they have a pin that locates this front square that holds the handle, and it is pinned to the screw hole. That's why lining the screw holes up is imperative. If you can line the screw holes up, you are going to be able to get a good alignment. Now, of course, I do this one-handed, and of course that's part of the fun for me. So this is one of the rare times that I use a power drill, and I use a drill, not an impact driver, because I find I have a little bit more control. You do want to be extraordinarily careful, but if you are, you can do it. Now we want to find our pre-drilled hole, which is proving to be a little bit challenging. Oh, there we go. We got it. Again. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Now I've noticed that the outside, I guess it's a casting of these metal trim pieces, might not always be square to the door, but they get covered over by the doorknobs or overshadowed by the doorknobs. So I always find it's more important to align the doorknobs than worry about the machining of these trims. Because the doorknobs are probably about four inches in length, and they will really telegraph any malalignment that or any misalignment that's been done at any stage. So, all right, we've got those. Now, like I said, you can see that perhaps they're not quite aligned parallel, but these squares are what is important, and they are in line with by pinning to these screw holes, and we know that we put a level on those screw holes. So now these doorknobs will sit here and here, and as you can see, they are very much in alignment. Once their set screws are tightened off back here, you'll pull them into perfect alignment. This can be a daunting task for first timers because they don't want to misdrill or damage the doors in any way, but really it's all pretty straightforward. I think anybody with the tips I've given them on the layout have just a good chance as I do of doing it just right. You know. Anyway, like always, if you have any questions or comments, I encourage you to leave them. You know, replying to people is a lot easier than just dreaming up what I think you guys might want to see next, but a lot of these tricks I've learned I just take for granted. Anyway, there you can see the final product. After it's all tightened up, those things are in there, and they are deadly in line with one another, and they just act as a pull. You can see they don't turn. They're just there as a pull, and they work great until the first person doesn't realize how it works and they just rip them off the door. But then, hey, you get called back to fix that. So anyway, till next time, it's Tim with airtightindustries.com.